Morning, Fraser. Friday morning. Gotta remove the bones from the fish from the other day, and then seal them up, kind of thing, and put them in the freezer bags. Then I'm just gonna keep working on that car and try and figure out if we can move that seat or not. Apparently, you can move them manually. It's just a matter of finding the right spot. I've looked it up. There's no specifics that I can find on that particular seat, but I've got the idea now, so we'll see. I don't know where my tower is, man. Probably upstairs somewhere. But for right now, just want to take a look at this. So, this here does what? Not sure what that does. It doesn't do anything. It goes to there. For whatever reason, okay, that makes sense, yeah. This just, the motors run some sort of an axle shaft here, which would then turn this, which would turn in and out of this. Alright? Also, down under there, like back in under here, there's another threaded rod that would also turn to move everything back and forward. I'm not exactly sure how that would work, but what I do think is that if I take out these pins, I should be able to move that. So that's what I think I'm going to try and do. Although that goes into there. That goes into there. Yes. I say yes, but I really don't know what I'm talking about. There's a pin on each side of this. See that pin right there? So I can see, yeah. Right there. I'm going to try and take that out. Let's see what happens. So I'm pushing it out a little bit. Alright, pin is out. Now the question is, what can that do? That holds that in place, but does that actually do anything? Seriously, come. Go outside for a minute. Go. I just don't know. I don't think that's going to do it. Well, who knows? I have to assume. There's continuity to the motor somehow. Not sure exactly how.
I seriously put soy? Because I wasn't using it anymore? I did. Okay, so the pin's back in. That does mean nothing. I do not know tap the motor, see if it's got a dead spot. No, she's out. She's greased up. The only thing I want to do is find a manual seat. Find a manual seat on the home. Okay, it moved. Alright, so because I couldn't get through that bolt with the drill, what I did is I tapped it with an M5 by 0.8 thread tap, and basically putting threads into it. So now I can get an M5 by 0.8 bolt and throw it in there, and that'll secure it. Alright, so I'm kind of dissecting my my strike view camera here, because this one had gotten water in it, and so I couldn't get this out. It's thick, it's well put together, but I wound up heating it with a heat gun, which allowed me to get in there and break the seal of whatever glue they had in there. But I still don't know how to get into it to see if I can get the information out of it, because clearly that's the lens for the camera, but that doesn't necessarily do anything for me. Unless I can somehow get, get into it more from the back end, I don't know. Oh my word. Did you see the water that just came out? Yep. There was a little bit of water in there. Oh. See a couple of mini screws now that I didn't notice before. Alright, vacuum that come out? Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, yeah. Yikes. Yeah. Contact cleaner, I think. Wonder what other stuff I can use again, if anything. That's likely my SD card right there. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Stop it, relax, take a chill pill. There's an actual SD card in here. An actual SD card. So I clean this off, and I might be able to get whatever video I didn't get. Hopefully. Oh, I'm so excited. Ha ha ha. I do not know how these things work, but I'm hoping this works. I'm going to go spray with some contact cleaner and electrical contact cleaner, and we're going to go and see if this thing works. Alright, so I sprayed it with some electrical contact cleaner, and then basically went over it with an old electric toothbrush, cleaned it off a little bit. But what really sucked, I walked past the Ford Explorer down there, Sam's Explorer. It's all Sam's fault. And literally, my arm hit the rear wiper blade, just the blade, and it literally stabbed me. It didn't feel good. I'm just saying. Let's go test this thing. All right, people. Moment of truth. Putting this in here. Let's shove it in and see what happens. See if anything comes up. That's a good sign. Made a sound. New choices for memory cards. Working on it. Let's get some Fraser Raw here. Open a new window. This will be, what will this be? This will be today's, but yeah. Raw's 16th. Sorry, 17th? I don't know, whatever. Let's go with this. Oops. See what I got. Not bad. I got 12 items. So that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. 12. Alright. copying 12 items. So I got 12 items, so last one is 0, so really I've got 11 on there. So 11, they're 3-minute segments each. So what is that? 33 minutes. I got 33 minutes of video on there. Maybe we'll see what happened, what caused it, I don't know. Alright, shaved and patched up my arm. Looks like I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 clips, like I said. But it looks like after this, and there's a fish in there, you can't see that yet, but there's a fish in there, and after that one, everything went blank until it just stopped working. So really I've only got 6 minutes of video, and who knows how much is actually usable on that. So I'm going to take a look, and we'll find out.
What? There's an adipose? There's an adipose. That's okay though. One fishy on board.
Beautiful, go.
Oh geez, there he goes. Blow him a kiss.
I didn't give him a kiss. Mwah, mwah. Hey Fraser, hope you're having a good day today, bud. I understand you're going down to a car show soon. Awesome. Yeah, what went on today? Not a lot went on here today. I got up, I did the fish, pulled the bones out of the fish, sealed the fish, pulled the bones out of some of the fish. It just first fish of the year, first few fish of the year, I usually, I don't know, not in that mode yet, so I'm in rush mode, and I just don't get it done. The fish are in you know, vacuum packed bags now, so it's all that matters. Yeah, worked on the Ford Explorer for a little bit. I'm really stymied with that whole seat. Apparently there were very few manual seats made, So, and they don't make the stuff anymore, the seats anymore, so you're kind of screwed when the seat goes. Hopefully, it goes in the right position. I have yet to figure out how to deal with that. So, we're still working on that. Anyway, I got frustrated, and I decided to work on my strike view camera that had water in it. And you know what? Like, it's not a warranty issue. It was an issue that I'd gone down several times deeper than what it said that I should go with the water depth and stuff. So fair enough. It's not a warranty issue, and I'm not trying to get a warranty issue out of it. It was just I wanted to get whatever data I had in there. I wanted to get out. So I'm trying to pry at that silly thing, man, and it's not coming. I didn't get that part on video, but I thought with everything else, heat is a good way to melt glue and stuff, right? So sure enough, I used the heater on it, the heat gun, put the little poker screwdriver thing in there and popped it right off. It was like, sweet. You saw that part, and then the amount of water that was still in there was like kind of astounding, actually. I've been trying to dry it out for days, and it just wasn't drying out, so I was done with it. I didn't know what kind of internal hard drive was in there as far as the memory goes, and when I started drying it out, I could see a couple little screws in there, so I undid the screws, the thing pops out. So now I'm looking at it and thinking, okay, what is it, what can I do? And there's this little, it was like a silicone pack over top of the SD card. I didn't realize it was over top of the SD card, but it was a silicone pack, like to keep things dry. And so I kind of pulled that, and that just kind of came off really easy because it was soaking wet. And I looked down and there's an actual SD card. It's an actual SD card in there. And I'm like, how much of a bonus is that? Because that I can deal with, right? Here I am thinking I've got to somehow find the storage unit and somehow attach wires and maybe see if I can't. I didn't know. I had no idea. But I was absolutely ecstatic that, I got the SD card in there. So pulled it out. It was pretty rough. The contacts were all browned and all that sort of stuff, right? So again, scraped it off very, very gently. Took it down, did the contact cleaner with the electric toothbrush. Came back up. Lo and behold, bang! It works. So I only got two little bits. There was. It obviously failed and let water in because that's when it went black. Because there was a fish on there, right? And I assumed just the shaking of the fish was enough. It was too much, whatever. It just went. It broke the seal. Down it goes. But it still kept recording for about another 25-30 minutes kind of thing before it just shut down completely, right? So too much water in there, touching everything, whatever. I'm just happy to have just that little bit. It's just success getting into it and getting the data out. That's all I really cared about. So, I hope you enjoyed the little, it's not really a montage, but, the in memory of, for the Strike View camera. I had fun with that. I was very happy that I got into that and was able to extract the little bit of data that was in there. So, other than that, I went to, Allie came home from work, and then, because she was working for a few hours today, dropped by Frank Lorraine's for a minute, just to say hi kind of thing, and Frank's like, hey, can you do this for me? So I took the battery out of his older, much older lawnmower, power lawnmower thing, the ride-on lawnmower, and yeah, just it wasn't working. So took it out, dropped it down at Canadian Tire for him, and they were going down there later to, pick up the new battery. And so Allie and I went out for lunch, and then stopped by the church and moved the baptism tank back downstairs in its proper place. Tried to hit Shoppers Drug Mart and all that sort of stuff for trying to sort out Carol's meds and the doctor and prescriptions and all that sort of stuff. There was some confusion there. And then stopped back by Frank's place and put the battery back in. And then spent it, and I didn't get that on video either, but I apologize for that. I wasn't really planning on doing anything when we went out in the first place, right? So it took me a couple minutes to figure out how to start the thing, but once I got it started, it was like, great. So I started it up and I shut it down, and Lorraine was there. Frank was inside, and he was already kind of spent for the day. He got out to the Canadian Tire, that was enough for him, kind of thing, right? So Lorraine says, "Well, you gonna try it?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll try it. I don't mind." So I moved stuff out of the way and I started up again, and boom, out I go. That thing's like a little go-kart, man. That's more fun than the other thing he's got. And we were just ripping around all over the place there. It was a lot of fun. Backed it into the place and all that sort of stuff. So, and you know what? It really hurt my feelings when Lorraine gave us, like, 6 rhubarb muffins that she had made from her own rhubarb. But that was it for the day, man. And just, I'm sorry if there's a little bit of a background buzz, hum, noise, but the air conditioner's on, and yeah, I'm not turning it off right now. Smoking hot. Can't imagine how hot it is out there, but it's all night. For the director of music, a Psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Lord. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making the wise simple. Making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are sure and altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them is your servant warned, and keeping them there is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from the willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Lord, my rock, my redeemer. It's interesting that David writes in here, the heavens declare the glory of God. Just the heaven, just everything around, just everything declares the glory of God. And night after night, the display of God's glory in the stars and the heavens is just amazing. And David says there is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. It goes through all the earth. That corresponds to Romans chapter 1, verse 20, where it says, "For since the beginning," Romans 1, verse 20, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse." So right from the beginning, God's glory, the evidence of God was all around. You look around, you can make up all sorts of stories to try and, excuse it or make it into something that it's not. But the reality is, you look around, the beauty of God's creation is amazing. It's not an accident. It's God. Love you, bud. God loves you very much. I miss you. Look forward to seeing you again. And I will post more.